All right, how's everyone doing? Hope you guys are staying safe out there as always. I have literally 10 minutes before I gotta run to the airport, get on a flight, and so I wanted to do a real quick check-in here. If my alarm goes off, I will. That's where I will end the video. So we're gonna look at a couple strategies and then look at the Reven ribbons, which are the new indicator for higher term time frames, looking at directional bias. So right now we're looking at the 12-hour time frame. This one is available on our Discord and Patreon. If you want to become a member, please check out the description below. Also, if you like this content, feel free to subscribe, give it a like, so you can stay up to date. All right, so this strategy has been doing pretty well over the last few weeks here, making slow and steady gains. You can see this gray line is every time we hit break even. And break even is actually a little bit in the positive, so I have break even set higher than the entry. If after a certain amount of bars, price has either comes back down or goes in, wicks up into the entry level, it will give you an extra little percent right there win and get out of the trade. So you can see in the past here, it got out of trades sometimes a little bit early, sometimes right in time. So this trade right here, you know, it never really broke the upper band, so this was actually fine place to get out, hit break even a couple times here, then finally entered a trade, almost wicked high enough to get out of the trade, hit break even again, and then here recently, one more time hit break even, and then this last trade. So all of these break evens were just like, you know, small 1% gain here and there as price went sideways. Before that, you can see got some really big wins, and then just recently here got a nice big win. Recently, again, entered trade on Monday the 11th, and price yesterday kind of hung around and then is starting to head upwards again. So that's you know, pretty nice if you are trading higher term time frames. We got a similar situation here on the daily, where had some break evens get hit here and there. Had a loss back here on the 22nd of June, so that was actually quite a while ago. Again, we're looking at daily time frames, so pretty high. Then between the 2nd of July and the 10th of July, got a really nice big win there. Another little break even 1% stop. Then another nice win here, another win right there. And now again, entered a trade and price is starting to head upwards. So similar to the 12-hour, maybe it's doing a little bit better actually than the 12-hour. And you can see that equity curve just looks really, really incredible over time. It has 61% profitable win rate. And if you take some of the emergency risk off, actually if you take, I think it's a percent stop loss off and the ATR stop loss off, that goes off to like 80%. However, you have to deal with some pretty big swings in there, so may or may not be your speed. But yeah, so that's the couple strategies. We'll look at the 4-hour. So these are all higher term time frame strategies. I'm actually personally trading this 4-hour strategy. You can see here over the last few weeks, it's also hit some nice big wins there on the 7th to the 9th, hit a win, and then just here recently from the 10th to the, I guess it was just literally a day right there, just one day, hit a nice trade right at the top, got out. Wish it would have gotten back in here, but who knows, we might swing lower one more time, or might have another chance to enter a trade here in the near future. So those are a few strategies. Again, those are all available, as well as other lower term time frame strategies. Let's look at the Reven ribbons real fast. This indicator is a new up and coming, it's in beta testing right now. And looking at it on a couple different time frames, it looks like the target is still to the upside, though the short-term target, it says loading, which means it's not technically active until that target actually gives you a target. And the long-term pattern right now, it says we're going to range a little bit here. So we'll see. You know, it might come up to 123 and kind of fulfill this target right there. I expect it, if it does that, to probably come back down and range a bit. But price action is looking pretty good. And if we go to higher term time frames, you can see that we actually do have more of an upward bias than not. On a 2-day, we have a nice upward bias to even 126K. On the daily, there also is a bias towards, let me go back here and turn this on. Hopefully it'll load fast enough. Towards our really long-term target, which is up, I think it's around, yeah, 129K. So that is still in action. You can see the first target got hit here back on the 14th at 123K, just touched it and then did the sideways consolidation. As I talked about in the last video, a lot of times here when you see a pull into this first zone right there, a lot of times you get a a run into at least that first band. So that actually was fulfilled. I think a couple days ago I was talking about it when price was around the midline, and we got a nice move up from, let's see, about a 6% bounce up there. So super helpful. A lot of times you can see in the past it goes into that zone, and then bounces up into at least the first line there. So a lot of times, it'll have some pullbacks after that, but this one, it bounced up and then sideways consolidation, then a run to the upside. So we'll see. Maybe some sideways consolidation, as you can see in this long-term pattern. It says more sideways consolidation, but as we go on, it's looking more and more likely that we're going to get up to at least 129K, and then who knows, probably higher from there. So pretty great. We'll look at a couple other time frames. I think we looked at the 2-day already. We got some higher on the 2-day time frame. You got an even higher target, couple higher targets. One is at 131 and 134. These are not always going to get hit, though. You can see sometimes like this second one did not get hit before consolidation. So a lot of times those levels will get hit, like this level right here got hit eventually, but it went inactive before then. So I would consider that not a not validated. So anyway, we'll see where price action goes from here. But yeah, I do expect up into the 120 area, even if it goes 123. These will all be fulfilled, and then we might see if we get some higher price action. These are not necessarily what's the word, like optimized for higher term time frames right now. This is all just the default settings. So I probably should go in here and optimize this a little bit more for the 5-day and the weekly. But just taking a look at that, you can see that it still oftentimes will respect the bands, the lower and the upper, or some of the boundaries will get respected here as you get pullbacks, consolidations, all of that stuff. So we did get a bounce off of the second band and just pulled back almost to the midline, and now we're getting some upwards price action. So on the weekly, I still consider this a bit more bullish than not, just with looking at the bands, even though again this one also does say that we might have a little bit more sideways consolidation here. So as it fills out, could be some sideways consolidation, but definitely looking to the upside as it goes. So I don't know that there's that much more to look at, and my alarm is literally going to go off in 2 minutes. So we will probably end this video right here. One thing I did find interesting on the weekly actually is if I turned the machine learning on, or was it the smoothing? That's interesting. It's not. I forgot. Earlier I was messing with this, and I had a little bit more optimized for the weekly, but I don't remember what my settings were. So I'll probably post those on the Discord as this gets released. I'll post optimized settings for different time frames, and users for different assets can go in and make their own settings and kind of use the machine learning and the adaptive smoothing, all these AI features to pretty quickly get it nicely optimized for your asset and the time frame you're trading. So super powerful tool. Looking forward to the release of this here in the next month or so. Stay tuned for the next one. As always, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys next time.